Welcome back, ladies, gents and Pikachus, to more about the horrible Merseyside bus crash on the M53 motorway yesterday. And you'd be surprised, you really would be surprised, the amount of times a bus full of children gets hit head-on by a police car travelling at speed. And you'd also be surprised to know that although you can find these articles on Google if you look for them, they will never be presented to you if you're just browsing about something else. You have to directly type this out to look for it and find it. Like I said before, these things happen all the time. Not always with police officers, and it's sometimes the bus has hit into the squad car. That's fine. It's like when an ambulance crashes. It is a tragedy, but ultimately somebody is to blame. And looking at the evidence supplied online, a lot of the time, in fact almost 100% of the time, if it is the police officer that's at fault, they are given excuses and pensioned off, or they actually keep their job and they don't receive any punishment at all, and no negative press. Go back to the other video. Look again at the video of the bus on its side. You'll be able to see they've set that up. That's not a real crime scene. That's a fictitiously built crime scene. That's why they needed to put scaffolding bars on the side of the bus to tip it sideways, to keep it on its side, because a bus is designed to right itself. You know, the weight is at the bottom. All you've got to do is wobble it and it will right itself. So they've got scaffolding to make sure it stays on its side so you can't see the bit where the impact happened. And I wonder why it was only reported like 11 hours ago, when this crash happened at lunchtime yesterday. We should have been seeing this on the news at 1:30, 2 o'clock yesterday. And there were news reports made about it. They published videos, but guess what? None of us saw them unless we directly went there and typed the name in and found it ourselves. Read this. Witnesses said children escaped from the back window and were standing on the hard shoulder after the bus overturned. Now, I'm sorry, but if a bus has rolled across a motorway at speed after a collision when nobody's got seatbelts on, enough to actually destroy the whole bus and break all the windows, then how do you suppose those kids are able to just stand up and wait at the side of the road? Also interesting, the witness is not named. We do not know if this witness was one of the children, or whether it was one of the police officers, or, you know, it might just be absolutely fictionalised, like the rest of what I think is happening here. Well, we're coming up to the end of the video now, and the conclusion is, this is not as it seems. Jessica Baker, I think, has been a collateral damage, almost, in something else. There's much more to this bus crash scene than we are being told. So I'll leave it with you. Let's get on Google or Brave or whatever we use. Ask about, try and find out something more interesting and relevant than what the news and the police have given us, which is effectively fucking nothing. Journalism must be almost dead in this country when you can say witnesses saw this, that and the other in a news article, but then you don't have to say who this witness is, or whether they are a reliable witness, or whether you just paid them to say that for the sake of your article. Mr. Conspiracy Theorist, you have just made that up yourself. Okay, fine, let's say that I did make that up, but I can prove to you that there's no proof against it. Do you see what I'm saying? It's an opinion war. That's why they've set this up the way they have, with the crime scene, the scant news, the funny 45-minute police statement with absolutely no information in it. They're asking us to think up questions. They are muddying the waters. They are hiding the evidence. They are presenting a crime scene which isn't a crime scene. And they're leading us off the beaten track. So, in conclusion, if someone is hiding things from you, leading you off an obvious conclusion, putting false witness statements into news articles and releasing photos of drivers and saying it's definitely them before anything has actually been investigated, then I would put it to you. It's not a very trustworthy position to be in. But that is the position they are in. While they're telling us, don't make any inquiries, don't make any videos, don't do any speculating, don't look for any evidence, don't Google, and don't talk. It fucking stinks. This is a cover-up, 100%, and I don't mind being the only person online to say that at this point. So I'll let you know more when I know more. Until then, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you next time.